Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play a fingerstyle arrangement of My Love, Mine, All Mine by Mitski. So it's a very beautiful song and this arrangement is really easy to play. I haven't added any percussion, so it's really straightforward. In this video, I'm going to cover the intro, verse, pre-chorus and chorus, which is what you need to play most of this song. The few sections that come after the chorus are on a separate part 2 video available on my Patreon page. And also all the tabs for this are available there as well. If you want them, check out the link down below. It really helps support my channel. So for this arrangement, we are in standard tuning and you need to put a capo on the 2nd fret of your guitar. So let's start with the first part, which is the intro. It sounds like this. So it's a very simple 2-chord intro. The first chord is a G major chord. You're actually playing a portion of it. So you're holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string with the middle finger. And you're also holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 1st string with the ring finger. And one thing that you need to keep in mind while holding this chord is that the 5th string here is muted. So if I play that, there's no sound coming from it. So what's happening there is while I'm fretting the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, I'm slightly resting my middle finger on the next string, the 5th string, so that mutes that string. But when you play the 6th string, it still rings out. The 3rd fret there still rings out, but the A string gets muted. And all the rest of the strings ring out as normal. You only have to mute the 5th string. So while holding this chord, on the right hand you play this. So you're just doing one brush down stroke. So you're using the index finger on the right hand, starting from the 6th string, playing all the way up till the 1st string, like that. So this technique is called a brush down stroke. And after that you need to play this part. So right after you do the brush, you play the 4th string, which is open, and then you play the 3rd string after that. Both of them are open. Like that. And then you change the chord to this. So there you're lifting this finger up and you're putting your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And on the right hand, you're plucking the open 2nd string and the 1st string together. Plug them both together like that. So you end up with this all together. I'll do that again. And in the end, you just add this part, where you're again playing the 4th string and then the 3rd string. Both of them are open. So altogether from the start, you get this so far. And then you have this chord. So here you're changing to an A diminished chord. So you need to hold the notes on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and the 5th fret of the 1st string. And you also have the open 5th string, which is the A string, which is the root of the chord. So do a roll with the 5th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. And then you have this, where you're just playing the 3rd string, then the 2nd string, and then the 1st string. Like that. So that's the whole intro. Altogether you have this from the previous chord. And after that you have the verse where she starts to sing. I'll play it once for you. It sounds like this. So we start off with this chord, which is a G major 7 chord. You need to hold down the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string with the middle finger. And you need to bar across the 2nd fret of the 5th and 4th string with the index finger. Just those two, not an entire bar like this. Just the 5th string and the 4th string. And you also need to hold the note on the 4th fret of the 4th string with the little finger like that. So altogether you get this chord. And the reason you're doing a bar over there across the second fret of the 5th and the 4th string is because later on you're changing between these two notes to play the vocal melody. So on the right hand you have this. So you start by plucking the 6th string first, and then you do this. We're doing a roll on the 5th string and the 4th string. So you're not plucking the 5th and 4th exactly at the same time like that, but you're slightly delaying the 2nd string that you're playing, like that. So there, right after the roll, you have this. So you're plucking the 6th string again, and then you're doing this. So there you're lifting this finger up and playing the note on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, which you're holding on with the bar that I was talking about earlier. And then you're bringing this finger back in and playing the 4th fret again of the 4th string. So if you add this with the previous part, you get this. And after that, you have to repeat this last part again. So you do it 2 times back to back. So altogether, you get this from the start. Like that. One more time. And in the end, you add this part, where you're playing the 6th string and then the 5th string. So you have the 3rd fret of the 6th string here and the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So all together again from the start. One more time. And then you have this part. So there's 2 ways of playing this chord. One is you bar with your index finger across the 5th string, 4th string and 3rd string, 2nd fret. So you're basically holding these 3 notes, the 5th, 4th and 3rd string. But you're doing it with a bar like this with the index finger. And you also need to hold the note on the 4th fret of the 4th string. If barring like this is a bit difficult for you, you can also hold the chord this way. This one is easier. So you need to hold the note on the 2nd fret of the 5th string with the index finger, 4th fret of the 4th string with the little finger, and the 2nd fret of the 3rd string with the middle finger, like that. So I'm doing the same exact thing, but I'm using a bar instead like this. You can do it this way. So I'll explain how to do it the easier way. So you hold the chord like this without the bar. And on the right hand, you start by playing this. So you first plug the 5th string and the 4th string together. And then you plug the 3rd string 2 times. Like that. And immediately after that, you do this. You play the 5th string and then the 4th string. Like that. I'll do it again. And then you have this part. So there you're plucking the 3rd string and then the 5th string immediately after that. Like that. And then you add this part. So there you're plucking the 3rd string again. And this time you're hammering on with your little finger onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Like that. Let's do it again really slow. And after the hammer on, you play the note on the 4th fret of the 3rd string one more time. After the hammer on. You get this all together. And in the end, you just add this part. So here you're plucking the note on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then you're playing the open 4th string. Like that. So all together again, the whole portion on this chord sounds like this. One more time. And after that you have this part. So here you're changing from this chord to this, which is a C major 7 chord. You have the notes on the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 2nd fret of the 4th string. You hold the note on the 3rd fret with the ring finger and the note on the 2nd fret with the middle finger. On the right hand you play this. You start by playing a roll, starting from the 5th string all the way till the 2nd string. So you're playing the 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd string with the roll like that. 3rd string and 2nd string are both open. And after that you play the note on the 2nd string again, like that. And then you have this part. So right after the roll, you're changing the position of the middle finger to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you're playing that. So you play the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string first. Then you play the note on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then you play the note on the open 3rd string. So you lift this finger up and play that note. So altogether you get this. And then you have this part. So there again you're adding the 2nd fret here with the middle finger. You're playing the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Then you're playing the bass note again, the 5th string. And then you're playing the open G string 2 times after that. So altogether again you get this so far on this chord. And then you add this part. So there you're playing the bass note again, the note on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then you're playing the note on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So you're bringing your middle finger back in on the 2nd fret here of the 4th string. So all together again. And then you have this part. So here you're changing from the C major 7 chord to the C minor 9 chord. So while changing, you keep your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. You just add the little finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string here. And this fret goes 1 fret down to the 1st fret of the 4th string. So you have to play that with your index finger. So you first pluck the note on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Then you pluck the 5th string and 4th string together. Then you plug the open 3rd string. Then you change to the 1st fret of the 2nd string and play that note. Like that. I'll do that again. And then you have this part. So there you're adding your little finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then you're playing the bass note, the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And in the end you do this, where you play the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and pull off to the open 3rd string, like that. So all together. And if you add this with the previous part, you get that. I'll do that again. And then in the end, you add this part. So you're still holding on to the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 1st fret of the 4th string. So now you're just adding the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string with the middle finger. Play that note like that. And then you do this, where you're playing the bass note again. And after that you lift this finger up and play the open G string 2 times. And after that you have this, where you just play the bass note and then the note on the 4th string. Like that. So all together again on the C minor 9 chord you have this. you play it from the previous C major 7 chord, you get this. So that's the whole verse. I'll play the whole thing again. It sounds like this. And after the verse, we have the pre-chorus, which sounds like this. So we start by playing this part. So here you start with this chord, which is a portion of a G major chord, but you're just holding the notes on the 3rd fret of the 6th string and the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So you hold the note on the 3rd fret with your middle finger, and you hold the note on the 2nd fret with the index finger. On the right hand, you play this. You start by plucking the 6th string, and then you do a roll, where you're plucking the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string with a roll like that. And right after that roll, you have this part. So there you're playing this. So you're changing this chord slightly. You're still holding on to the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, but now you're changing the position of the index finger to the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you also have to hold the note on the 4th fret here, the 4th fret of the 4th string with the little finger. So altogether you have the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 4th fret of the 4th string, and 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And on the right hand you play this. So you play the 6th string and then the 3rd string, and then you play this, where you're playing the 4th string, then the 6th string, and then the 4th string again. So all together, one more time. Now if you add this with the previous part, all together you get this. One more time. And then you have this part. So there you're on the same chord, you're just adding this. So there you're playing the 3rd string, then the 6th string, and then the 4th string. And now if you add this with the previous two parts, you get that. And after that you have this part. So here you're back on this chord, which you played earlier. You can also hold it like that with the bar, the way I'm doing it. But all in all, you have the 2nd fret of the 5th string, the 4th fret of the 4th string, and the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So there on the right hand, you start by playing this. So first you start by plucking the chord. So you're plucking the 5th string, 4th string, and 3rd string all together at once. And then you're doing this, where you're plucking the 3rd string, then the 5th string, and then the 4th string. Like that. So you get this. And then you have this part. So there you start by playing the 3rd string, and then the 5th string. And then you do this, where you play the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then hammer on onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string with your little finger. and you play that note again, the note on the 4th fret. You're playing the 3rd string there again. So now if you add this with the previous part on the same chord, altogether you get this. And then you just have to add this part. So there you're just playing this note, the note on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then you're playing the open 4th string. Like that. One more time. So altogether from the start, you have this so far. And then you have this part. So previously while you were on this chord, now you have to change to this. So you keep this note, the note that the middle finger is playing over there, the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. You keep that, and then you just add this note. So you add your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So now you have to play this. So now you're playing 3, 5, 2, 2. So I'm referring to the string numbers. You're playing the 3rd string, then the 5th string, and then you're playing the 2nd string 2 times. 2nd string is open there. Like that. And then you have this part. So there you're playing the 3rd string, then the 5th string, and then the open 3rd string. So you're lifting this finger up now and playing the open 3rd string there. So altogether you get this. And if you play it a little more up to speed, you get that. And after that you have this part. So you start by playing this. So this part here might be a little challenging. I'll explain it. So what you're doing there is you're holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 5th string with the ring finger here. And on the right hand you're plucking the open 3rd string and open 2nd string together. And then you're hammering on with your index finger onto the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Like that. So you're playing the 2 open strings, the 3rd string and 2nd string together. And then you're doing the hammer on. But the trick here is while you're doing the hammer on, at the same time you have to plug the note on the 5th string, this one. So both of them have to come on the same beat. Like that. One more time. So just take this part and practice it really slow. Make sure the hammer on matches with the note on the note that you're playing with the thumb here. So just take some time off and practice just that little part. And once you're done with that, after that you have this. So immediately after you do that hammer on part, you play the 3rd string and 2nd string again. But this time you're holding the note on the 1st fret of the 2nd string here. So you plug the 3rd string and 2nd string. And then you have this. So let go of this note. So now you have the open strings and you play that. So here you're plucking the 3rd string and 2nd string again. Both of them are open. And then you're playing the bass note, the note on the 5th string. Like that. So altogether you get this. I'll do that again. And right after that, you have this now. So there you have this. You start by playing the open 2nd string, and then you hammer on with your little finger onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. and you play that note again, like that. And then you change the chord to this, where you now have the 3rd fret here of the 5th string and you have the 1st fret of the 4th string. So on the right hand, you start by plucking the 5th string and the 4th string together. After that, you pluck the 3rd string, which is open. And then you add your middle finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string here and play that note. So altogether you get this. One more time. So if you play it from the hammer on there, you get that. I'll do that again. And then you have this part. So there you let go of this note that you were holding with the middle finger. So now that finger is free, while you're still holding on to these two from the previous chord. So you still have the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 1st fret of the 4th string. So now you have this. So there you add your little finger on the note on the 4th fret of the 3rd string and you play this, where you're plucking the 3rd string and then the 5th string. And after that you have this. So there you're playing the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and pulling off to the open 3rd string, like that. So I'm going to play it once from the previous chord till this point, just for reference. So you have this. And after that you have this part. So right after you did the pull off here, you add your middle finger on the 2nd fret again of the 3rd string and you have this chord. So here just check whether you have the right frets. So you should have the 3rd fret of the 5th string, 1st fret of the 4th string and 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So on the right hand you have to play this now. So you pluck the chord, plucking the 5th string, 4th string and 3rd string together. Then you're removing this finger and playing the open 3rd string 2 times like that. And right after you do that, you add this part, where you're playing the 5th string and then the 4th string, like that. So all together again from the previous chord you have this. So that's the pre-chorus. I'll play the whole thing again really slow for you. Try to play it with me. And after this we have the chorus. I'll play it from the last few bars of the pre-chorus going into the chorus. So it sounds like this. So we start off with this part. So here you start with this chord, which is a portion of a G major chord. So here you just need to hold down the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string with your middle finger. And on the right hand you play this. So you're playing the open 4th string and then you're playing the 6th string after that. And then you have this part. So here you're just adding your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, play that note, and then play the 6th string again. So altogether you get this. And after that you play the open third string right after that. And then you have this chord. So here you have a B7 chord, but you're playing it like this. So you first start by holding these two notes, the notes on the 2nd fret of the 5th string and 1st fret of the 4th string. And the 3rd string there is open. So on the right hand you plug the 4th string and 3rd string together. And then you hammer on with your ring finger onto the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Like that. And again, just like earlier, while you hammer on, you have to play the bass note on the 5th string at the same time. Like that. Just like how you did this earlier, it's the same concept. So the hammer on and the bass note comes on the same beat. Just practice it a few times. And once you get that, let's move on to the next part. So on the B7 chord here, you have this. And right after you do the hammer on with the bass note, you have to plug these two strings, the 4th string and the 3rd string, together 2 times like that. So altogether you get this. And in the end you just add a bass note. You play the note, you play the 5th string again with the thumb. Like that. And right after you played the bass note, you have to play the 4th string after that. So altogether you get this. One more time. So altogether from the start, so far we have this. And then you have this part. So here you change from the B7 chord to this chord, which is a portion of a C major chord. So for now you're just holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So you have to play this. So you start by playing the note on the 4th string. The 4th string there is open. And after that you play the bass note, the note on the 5th string. And then you add your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And you play that. So you're playing the 4th string with the added index finger. And you're playing the bass note again, the note on the 5th string. So altogether you get this. And then you have this part. So there you first change to this chord now. Earlier you were on this chord, which was the C major. Now you're changing to this, which is a C minor. So you have the notes on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, which you're holding with the ring finger. And you also have to hold the note on the 1st fret of the 4th string with the index finger. So you start by playing the open 3rd string first. And that's for a very short duration. So you just pluck it once and then you go to the next part where you're doing this. So here you have the same concept. You're plucking the 4th string and the 3rd string. 3rd string there is open. You're plucking them both together. And then you're hammering on with your middle finger onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And at the same time you're playing the bass note on the 5th string here, just like you did earlier. So just practice the hammer on bit a few times. And if you play from the last chord, you get this. And right after you do the hammer on, you have this part. So right after you hammer on, you have to plug the 4th string and 3rd string together 2 times. Like that. And then you do this, where you plug the bass note, the 5th string, and then you lift this finger up and plug the 4th string and 3rd string together. So altogether you get this. So from the start altogether we have this so far. And then you have this part. So here you start with this chord, which is again the G major chord. You're just holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string with the middle finger. On the right hand you're playing this. So you're first plucking the 4th string and 3rd string, both of them are open, plucking them together like that. And then you're playing the bass note, the 6th string. After that you're adding your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you're playing that 2 times, like that. And right after playing the 2nd fret here 2 times, you have to pull off to the open 3rd string, like that. And after that you have this. So here again one last time you bring in your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and now you plug the entire chord all at once. So you're plucking the 6th string, open 4th string and 3rd string all together. And you're doing the pull off again from the 2nd fret to the open 3rd string, like that. So all together now you have this. And then you have this part. So here you're changing to the B7 chord again. So now you have the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 1st fret of the 4th string and 2nd fret of the 3rd string. You start by playing that. You plug the 4th string and the 3rd string together. And after that you play the bass note on the 5th string. And then you let go of this note and play the open 3rd string. And then you have this part. So this part might be a little challenging. So basically you're adding your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string again. And you're playing that note, you're playing the note on the 3rd string. And you're hammering on with your little finger onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So you're hammering on from 2nd to 4th. And the trick here is again with the hammer on, you're playing the bass note on the 5th string. Just like the last time. Like that. And if you're having a problem reaching the note on the 4th fret with your little finger, try moving your thumb back down on the neck, which will make it easier. So just practice that part a few times, where you're hammering on and playing the bass note at the same time. Just practice that bit. And once you get that, let's move on to the next bit. So right after the hammer on part, you have this now. So there you're removing your little finger. So now you're back on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you play that. So you're playing that note, pulling off to the open string. And then you're playing the 4th string, the note on the 1st fret here. Like that. So let's do it from the hammer on again. One more time. And then you have this part. So right after the part on the B7 chord, you change to this. So here you start by holding the note on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So you start by playing this. You play the 5th string first, then you play the open 4th string, then you add your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and play that. And after that you have this, where you're playing the bass note again, the 5th string, and then you're playing the open 3rd string. So all together. One more time. And then you have this part. So here you start with this chord where you're holding the 3rd fret of the 5th string and 1st fret of the 4th string. So you plug the 4th string and the open 3rd string together, and then immediately after that you do a hammer on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string with your middle finger like that. And while you do the hammer on simultaneously at the same time, like we did before, you play the bass note on the 5th string like that. Just practice that a few times, just like earlier. And right after that you have this where you're plucking the 4th string and the 3rd string together again like that. And then you just add this part. You're just adding this melody. So you're playing the note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Just plug the 3rd string once like that. And then you play that note again and pull off to the open string. And then you add that note back in and play it again. Like that. So all together you get this. One more time. So if you want to end the song there, you can resolve it on the root chord, which is the G major chord. You can play something like this. So right after that last part there, you remove your middle finger from the 2nd fret and play the open 3rd string, and then change to this chord and play it. So here you have a G major chord where you're holding the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and on the right hand you're plucking the 6th string, 4th string and 3rd string together with a roll like that. 3rd and 4th string are open. So all together you get this. So that's the whole chorus, and just to recap, I'll play the whole thing once. It sounds like this. So that's it for this video. All the rest of the parts after the chorus, the bridge and everything else are on a separate part 2 video available on my Patreon page. If you like my work, I'd recommend trying it out for a month. It costs $4 to join and you get exclusive perks. And moreover, it really helps support my channel and allows me to bring more videos like this one to you. A huge shout out and thanks to all my current Patreon members. Really appreciate you guys. And as always, I hope this video helped. Thank you so much for watching and take care. I'll see you in the next video.